So first thing I'll do is I'll go and open the Kali Linux. I'll search for VirtualBox and now I will be booting the system by clicking on the start. Now this will basically boot your Kali Linux operating system. So every time I'll tell you to boot, you just need to start your system and run Kali Linux in your VirtualBox. So you can just visit the website and learn Python first. So I'll basically install the Python ideal and create a new window. So over here we are going to type our shell. So first thing we are going to do is start the TCP connection. So I'll just import socket and this will basically help me to create a TCP connection. Now I am just going to create a connect function. Now what I'll do is I'll create a socket object S. So till now, if you have not understood anything, then you don't have to worry. In the last part of the video, I am going to show you how you can edit the main things in this code and create your own Python shell. Now we need to set the IP address as well as the listening port. So in this case, I'll just open the terminal and check the IP address. For example, I'll type ifconfig and this is the IP address that we set. So I'll just type the IP address that is 10.10.10.10. So now we are going to define the port number that is 8080. This will be the port via which we are going to listen. Now over here I am defining the backlog size. It basically means the expectation of connection. For example, in our case I have just added one. So only one single connection will be there. So the accept function will basically return the IP address of the source. So over here I'll just add one more line. We are going to print this line as shell has been started and we are going to print the IP address as well. So I'll just add one more line over here. For example, we'll just type in print the shell has been started or something like that. Listening at port 8080. So the first line will be printed, then it will return the IP address over here. We'll just delete this and write something else. For example, we'll just write user connected and the IP address. Now what we are going to do over here is we are creating a infinite loop and this loop will basically accept the input, the command that we are going to execute. So I'll just create a raw input over here. We are basically going to use the if statement for termination. So if we got terminate command, then it will close the session. So I'll just add the terminate command and the close. So once this is over, we'll just add a break so it will come out. Now let's consider the else statement. Over here we are going to just send the command and we are going to print the result. So I'll just add. So let me just create the main thing over here and we are done with the code. So I'll just run the code. I'll just first, so I'm going to go to file and click on save as, and I'm going to save the code on the desktop as shell server dot pyw. Now we are using pyw extension because in later part of the series I'm going to show you how you can convert your Python code into exe file. But for now we are just going to basically rename it back to py file. So we are just going to rename it back to py. So in Python I'm just going to open the file that we have just created and over here I'm going to run the module. It's giving me syntax error. Okay, I understood. Okay, we have to change this thing over here. The whole code is on my GitHub page, so you can just visit and download the code from there. So as you can see, we got the output over here listening at port 8080. If you have any error, you can just ask me in the comment section. I'll surely reply and try to fix your error. So I'll just I'll just run the script once again, and we are going to test if the port is really open. So for that we are going to run a command called netstat. Now most of you might know, but if you don't know, netstat is a command that will help us. You can just type netstat minus minus help, and you can see what are the various options available with the netstat command. So we are just going to type over here netstat minus a ntp, and we'll just type the port number over here, that is 8080. So we are getting a reply, and as you can see over here, port 8080 is selected, and this is the IP address, and Python is running and it is listening. So that's it for the video. We have successfully created the shell. In the next tutorial, I am going to show you how you can create the client side. Hope you learned something new from this video. Please subscribe to my official channel. The link will be in the description.